People often ask me why I went to Harvard if I was just going to become a teacher. First of all, I didn't go to Harvard to become a teacher. I went to Harvard to get an undergraduate degree, and I decided to be a teacher somewhere along the way. But anyway, most people who ask this question are usually referring to money or status. Wow, Harvard costs so much money and you're going into teaching to get paid basically nothing? That seems dumb. Well, it turns out that Harvard was actually the cheapest school I got into because Harvard meets 100% of demonstrated need. So if your family can only afford $5,000, you only pay $5,000. Also, I was entering the workforce with a master's degree, so I was getting paid similar to what some of my friends in the nonprofit space were getting paid right out of Harvard. Now, could I be making more money in a different job? Sure, especially since I'm in STEM. I could have gone into tech and probably made six figures my first year. But also, having a Harvard degree does not guarantee a job. When I quit teaching last year, I applied to more than 70 jobs. I think I only got one interview at an actual tech job, and the only 3 offers I got were at 2 cafes and 1 Trader Joe's. Now, my current research position at MIT, I'm getting paid less than I was paid as a high school teacher, but people don't ask why I'm doing this job. So why isn't teaching important enough? Well, you don't need an Ivy League degree to be a teacher. Okay, that's true of almost any job. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a politician, a CEO. You can have any career path and have never been in an Ivy League institution. Also, if teaching isn't worthy of the Ivy League, why does Harvard have an entire graduate school of education? And also, why are you discouraging qualified people from becoming teachers? I've been thinking of this a lot more because I'm about to start my PhD, and when I tell people that, they get all wide-eyed and like, wow, that's amazing, that makes so much sense. Meanwhile, a few years ago when I was teaching, people just had lots of questions for me. In reality, I'm taking a huge pay cut for the next 4 to 5 years. I feel like this also implies that teaching isn't a difficult job when in reality, teaching is the most difficult thing I have ever done. Harder than any class I had in all of college. If you've ever been a teacher, you get it. I'm literally getting anxious just thinking about being back in the classroom. But don't get me wrong, I do miss it. Anyway, I just think this is a super interesting discussion and I would love to hear your thoughts, questions, anything you want to share.